Swiggity sorty, let's get that booty.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Slim Cogcast. It is I, Slim Cognito, and this week has been kind of quiet. Not a lot of good news. There's been some word about some Nintendo leaks again, and a lot of Cyberpunk. That news is kind of dying down, but next step, which is a lawsuit. We'll be talking about that later, and what I've been playing this week is pretty much gonna have to fill up the bulk of the podcast. So it's gonna be a short episode anyway, because I have not watched any anime and I have played a lot of games. So before we begin, I have to remind you, of course, that my name is Slim Cognito, and you're damn right that I'm black. Now, kick things off. What I've been playing this week, more Shadow of War. I don't think I'm really at the end of the game, but the latest cutscenes, they really took a turn story-wise. It really took a turn that I did not expect. So that was pretty interesting. And without spoiling things, basically there's a little epilogue, and I'm trying to run through that now, which is interesting enough, decent enough. Basically an offline version of the little mode that's online that you can do with the orcs. So it's interesting. A little more, leveling and fighting that you can do. Meanwhile, another game that I have been playing this week is the boys and I started some Vindictus, because out of nostalgia and the fact that that game keeps getting updated, and all things considered, when compared to other games for a free-to-play MMO, that game looks pretty good. Like, there's not many free-to-play MMOs that you can just really compare to that and say it looks just as good as that. Like, there's some quality textures in there and some pretty decent animations. So, yeah, Vindictus is not bad. It's enjoyable. All the bosses are paper, as per usual, I guess. There's a running trend lately that a friend of mine brought up that might be true. Is that lately MMOs are trying to streamline the grind so you can get to the late game, which is the meat, the real meat of the experience, rather than just making you. It's the grind to get to end game in MMOs these days is like a way too long, several hour long tutorial. Hell, sometimes tens of hours, just to get to end game, and it's crazy. So yeah, I guess I kind of understand why they want to streamline it and get people to the end game faster, especially considering that game's level cap right now is like 120 something. So yeah, or was it 160, 130 something? But yeah, it's pretty decent. I'm playing a Grimden, and he's basically just an edgy boy assassin that's running from the darkness, and he uses the power of the darkness to kill his enemies. Blah blah blah. The edgy boy character, and he's pretty interesting, kind of fun. So yeah. Aside from Vindictus week and Shadow of War, of course we're gonna be playing the usual Apex. We gotta get some Apex in. But I've also been on the Devil May Cry 5. We're working on getting these difficulties finished up. What am I on right now? I think I'm on Dante Must Die mode, and you gotta finish those up, and will eventually, and that's gonna be great. What else? What else have I been? I think that's the bulk of it all, because of it being a new year. I had been terribly all over the place doing everything. But that being said, also I want to wish y'all a happy new year as well, and welcome into 2021. This is the first podcast episode of 2021, and we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary. Yeah, damn. But I do want to. Oh, there's another thing I did get my hands on. There's this fan-made Sonic the Hedgehog fighting game that is so good. It's basically a Marvel vs. Capcom clone, but it's so good, and it's actually enjoyable, especially if you got a mate for like couch head-to-head co-op or something like that. But yeah, Sonic Smackdown, I think it's called, and if you just Google it, you should be able to find it. But it's a pretty good piece of fan-made content. So if you have the hardware and the time, I don't think it's that huge of a download. I think it's about, let me check. About 2.2 gigabytes, and you'll be on your way. And yeah, give it a shot. some of the characters have very unique properties, like Omega being a grappler and freaking Tails being a kind of a keep away zoner character. So yeah, it's got its ways, and I support. It's pretty dope. If it was a fan made like unique IP type thing, I would totally support it. But yeah, go ahead and try it out though. Is there anything else that I'm missing? I don't think so. Damn, it's really not a lot happened this week. But and I can't really give my full opinion on Vindictus because I hadn't played it in like what 5 or 6 years, and it's like it's still Vindictus. Like it's not terrible. Characters are cool, good designs, good character models, great textures. You really want your character to be pretty in there because the character models look so good, and can't really think of much. So, with all of that being said, I'm still trying to. Every time I try to hone in on an anime to watch, a new one comes across my table. So, I'm torn between four right now, and then Seven Deadly Sins, catching up on that, Mob Psycho 100, Attack on Titan, and Jujutsu Kaisen. And being caught between those, like about, I might be leaning a little more like. I'm kind of leaning toward Mob Psycho, because I just want to know what the hype is about in due time. Anyway, let's move on to the news. The first thing on the docket that was even remotely interesting, because it wasn't much, is the lawsuit, Cyberpunk 2077. Over here on GameSpot, which we all know and love, of course, we have an article written by the Haley Williams, 29th of December. And basically, to sum it up, because it's too much to read verbatim, but the long story short is it's a class action. They're referring to the PS4 and Xbox One editions of Cyberpunk 2077, and it is deemed as some type of nefarious practices and or false advertisement of the games on those two versions. Not only that, but also every review copy and preview copy that was released was for PC and not for those consoles. Therefore, it feels like it's giving room to say that they have deceived their audience. So there's going to be a lawsuit about it, and there's another lawsuit to follow. Of course, I'm still following the Apple versus Epic lawsuit, but I think they said they won't be revisiting, reopening that case until what? Did they say March or something like that? I can't remember. But whenever they said, we'll get the updates when necessary. And on this one as well, we'll try to keep updated on it too. Here we are. I mean, hey. Next on the docket, over on Destructoid, another article written by Chris Carter. Team Ninja will announce several new titles this year, and Nioh is seemingly done. Before we jump right on in, if you want to know why I'm moving to the next topic, is because the Cyberpunk controversy has been talked about verbatim. Pretty sure everybody has already gotten a hold of or seen or heard about it or talked about it. Excuse me, ad nauseum. Did I say verbatim? Ad nauseum. Let me take a sip of water. Whew. Okay. So, basically, to sum this up, Team Ninja, those who had brought us Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden in the 2000s, their main project and focus for the past generation of consoles has been nothing but Nioh 1 and 2. They've been smash hits. People love it. And they just announced that they'll be giving Nioh a break. They're going to be working on some different things, I suppose. I think the most they said that will be coming forward will be like one final DLC package for Nioh 2. But, and maybe a remaster of 1 and 2 to bring over to PS5 and the Series X. But the thing about the Team Ninja team with me, personally, I only want Ninja Gaiden games from them, and I want a fourth one. Some would say that they just want more DOA. But I prefer their hack and slash designs, their character action games, because if you consider they did Metroid Other M, the one shining moment about Other M is that it had a good control scheme and great combat. The gameplay was great. Okay. All things considered. As far as what it was going for, it was good gameplay. as far as a Metroid game, it was just not really Metroid feeling in a sense, but it was very good for what it was, and I applaud them for that. Now, hopefully, this is why I'm checking my time saying this, but I really hope, I pray that we get a new Ninja Gaiden. Like, we already had a DOA come out, either last year? And they already did Nioh 1 too? Come on. Give us a Ninja Gaiden. It's time. It's time. And Itagaki got screwed over and fired. I ain't gonna say he got screwed over, but he did get fired for harassing female coworkers. And hopefully that the team that he worked with will be able to do the game series justice, or maybe he can, appeal, improve, and apologize for his behavior and change. Wishful thinking, but who knows? You never know. Sometimes when it comes to your baby, a game that you worked on and wanted it to be, it's enough of a motivation, you know what I mean? Not every developer wants to give up on their baby. And what is Itagaki doing right now? Why hasn't he started a GoFundMe or not a GoFundMe, but some type of crowdfunding and his own studio? Like the Silent Hill creators got his own studio. Everybody else went off on their own. Fucking Platinum Games blazed a trail for all of these Japanese developers who working under the shackles of Konami and Capcom, all these other people, and now they're breaking free and liberating themselves. We got Bloodstained and everything else. Come on, man, you can do it. If you can't get back with them, make your own. So anyway, I really do hope for a new Ninja Gaiden. Next on the docket, another game that's near and dear to me. Over on PCGamesIn.com. Article written by Anthony McGlynn. Sounds Irish. Alright, anyway. Basically, Hotline Miami developers' next game may horrify or delight you, depending. And let's get the quote directly. It's a whole article based off of a tweet. Anyway, the tweet reads as thus by Jonathan Soderstrom, which is one of the creators of Hotline Miami series. It's New Year's and I wish I could write about what we're working on. It is a passion project, so I'm not sure who will enjoy it, but I'm sure some people will be horrified and others delighted. Hope you have a relatively wonderful 2021. So yeah, that's the most that they gave us. And this gets me really hyped because Hotline Miami is my like, y'all don't even understand. It's my shit, bro. Like Hotline Miami, man. Just going through, guns blazing, tearing shit up. Instant restart button. Hell yeah. I live for that series. It's so good. Is that damn? But either way, yeah. I really trust their people and Denaton and Devolver, the publisher. I really trust them that they'll bring something interesting so we can all love. So yeah, this might be good. But I guess we gotta wrap it here. Wow, damn, this is short. Nothing happened this, like literally. Everybody just shutting up and making jokes about waiting on the stimulus check. Yeah, this has been the week in conclusion. Aside from the Steam Awards, you want to check the results on that. There's been the Steam Awards that completed yesterday. But other than that, that's all that's been happening. So, if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a like and maybe a comment if you want to, let me know how it can be improved and what other content you would like to see on the channel. And in order to catch up on that and make sure that you see it, go ahead and subscribe and I will try to accommodate. If you want to check out the streams, it's over at Twitch at Slim Cognito Entertainment under the same name as the YouTube. And don't forget to check me out on Twitter. I post crazy shit sometimes, but 99% of the time it's just me being real or just being a crazy ass. Either way, go on over there, check me out. And as always, remember the channel motto: intentions are the most important, actions ain't nothing but loud, and words don't mean a damn thing. Y'all take care of yourselves. I'm finna go watch some anime maybe. Peace.
Someone traveled through here. Let's explore this way.
Placing a portal.
I can't do that! I can't! You can't grapple! You can't fucking grapple while using her ult?
Our brethren's fight is not over.
I'm so fucking tilted. I'm actually so fucking tilted.